Yeah. Thank goodness.
No air. Yeah, the heat was on.
Because it's raining, there's no
I know.
I felt bad, you know.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
I didn't think about that.
You know, I was like, if Mendola was there, I don't know where that went.
Oh, I saw the share that picture.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality tire service and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So welcome to a rainy, overcast, cold, and windy Schmidt Stadium in Edwardsville, Pennsylvania for Wilkes and Lycoming. It's Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and GoWilkesU.com. I am Tom Ferguson. Thanks so much for joining us for this afternoon's contest between the Colonels and the visiting Lycoming Warriors. Wilkes 4-4 in the season, 3-3 in conference. Lycoming comes in 4-3 overall, 3-2 in conference, and looking to kind of solidify themselves near the top couple teams in the MAC. There are two games that are already in progress in the MAC this afternoon. 7-7 Lebanon Valley and FDU, 11:06 to go second quarter there. Delaware Valley 21-7 over Albright, second quarter about to start down there in Doylestown. Also playing this afternoon, Misericordia and Kings. They start in Wilkes-Barre at 1 o'clock, and Alvernia and Widener, they start at 1 o'clock down in Chester. But we're here in Edwardsville with the Colonels and Lycoming. The Colonels coming off a 33-21 loss to Stevenson on the road game in which they had 6 turnovers, 4 fumbles, and weren't really able to get their offense underway to try to give themselves opportunities. Defense played well. They just couldn't seem to find that extra gear to be able to come back against the Mustangs. Meanwhile, Lycoming coming off a 52-0 win over Alvernia. First time since 2013 that offense has scored 50-plus points, 517 yards of total offense. Alvernia just gained 129 total. Got a chance to talk with head coach John Drock of the Wilkes Colonels in his first season. Here's what he had to say about that Stevenson game and what he's looking for against Lycoming this weekend.
Getting ready for Wilkes and Lycoming. It's the Wilkes football pregame show. I'm Tom Ferguson alongside Coach John Drock. Coach, we had a couple days to put last weekend behind us, 33-21 loss to Stevenson on the road, but I just feel like that game was notable for the things, pretty much notable for how the Colonels just couldn't catch a break, particularly the last few plays in the first half, the kickoff in the second half. Let's talk about that kickoff. A bizarre ricochet, ends in a turnover, eventual touchdown, pretty much changes the complexion of the game. What are you thinking on the sidelines as that's going on?
I mean, there's some of those things you just can't do much about. Sometimes the ball doesn't bounce your way, and that was one of those things where the ball didn't bounce our way. Yes, you would have liked to get out of the way of that football, but at the same time, he puts his hands up, and it was a great kick, and I'll give a lot of credit to Stevenson. Kid put it exactly where it had to be, I guess, and they made a big play out of it.
Turnovers really plagued the Colonel offense, especially fumbles and special teams as well. Stevenson they took advantage of it. They cashed in a lot of points off turnovers. How do you kind of keep that aggression and edge on offense while trying to maintain the football?
27 points came off of turnovers, and 2 of those were special teams turnovers. So 4 turnovers on offense and 2 special teams turnovers. Unfortunately, some of those turnovers on offense happen in the red zone, which should be points for us, and ended up being points for them when it was all said and done. We have to make smart decisions with the football. Jose, in particular, has to do a great job of running the balls in his hands. Sometimes the play's not there. You know what I mean? And that's part of his development as a young quarterback right now, and the fact that he's only really had 10 games as a starter. He's just a freshman. freshman. He has 2 more years left, and he's growing and he's learning. One of those things as a young quarterback is you want to make every play.
Right.
Instead of maybe just making the smart play and living to play the next one, because you never know what the next play is going to be. So just making some smarter decisions there, and then making sure we're fundamentally sound, taking care of the football, and having 2 hands on it. I thought they did a great job of holding ball carriers up and ripping at the ball, and it's a very, very fast, aggressive defense. And I think some of those hits probably came a little sooner than some of our guys were used to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? After they're catching the ball, or once they hit the line of scrimmage, those hits were coming in pretty violently, and they did a great job. I give a lot of credit to that Stevenson defense. It's definitely one of the probably better defenses we'll play as far as overall team speed goes. But as an offense and as a unit as a whole, we got to do a much better job of taking care of the football.
Result aside, I thought the defense was pretty good again, all things considered. I mean, they just put into some tough situations, like you mentioned, with a lot of those turnovers, backs up against the wall, against a pretty fast, pretty balanced Stevenson group. What did you think about the defense play?
I thought they played well, honestly. I know people are like, oh, they put up 3 points. 27 of those points are offensive. Right. You know what I mean? And if you take away that, they had one sustained drive. The very first drive of the game is the only drive that they ever really went down the field and scored on. So I think those guys got to be able to bounce back a little bit after something negative happens. So when we turn the ball over, we just can't have that lull outside the ball.
Right.
But I thought they tackled extremely well. They did a great job of bottling up an athletic quarterback. In Tyler Crabb, I thought he did a great job, but overall, I thought they executed their game plan pretty well.
What's your main takeaway from the Stevenson game, and kind of how crucial does it make these next 2 games when you talk about potential postseason bowl bids if you're still in the mix for that?
I mean, I think we're still in the mix for that. I think we've got to win the next 2 football games.
Right.
The way we talked about it to the football team is we're in the playoffs right now. If you drop a game, you're most likely out of any type of postseason play, whether that be ECAC or the Centennial matchup. So for us right now, we're going into this week as if this is a playoff game for us. So this is a situation we want to be in as we move forward as a program. So getting used to playing under the circumstances of win and won't go home is going to be something hopefully down the road we're doing a lot of.
So let's talk Lycoming, a really solid, well-coached football team that statistically I don't think is going to blow anybody away with what they do, but they just play great defense. They're coming off a shutout win over Alvernia last week, only 129 yards of total offense, and we'll talk about the defense in a second, but I was really impressed with their freshman quarterback, Elijah Shemery, kind of leading that offense.
Yeah, I think that they're very disciplined. They win the game up front on the offensive defensive lines. They're very, very physical. It's a physical defense. Statistically on defense, they're excellent.
Yeah.
I mean, so they're the 2nd-rated passing defense in the league and the 3rd-rated rush defense. I think they're 2nd overall in scoring and 2nd overall in total defense. So they're very, very good on the defensive side of the ball, and they do a great job of controlling what you're doing. Their safeties are varsity players that have been there for a little bit and do a great job of filling alleys in the run game, but then also covering in the pass. Their big boys up front make you double team just because they're so big and they're so strong. And then on the offensive side of the ball, they're very balanced. They run a ton of different concepts. They're an RPO team, and then they're an ISO team, and then they're a power team. You know what I mean? So they do quite a bit on the offensive side of the ball to keep defenses off balance, and you never really know what you're going to get. Shemery's done a great job as a freshman. I think he's thrown almost 10 receptions now. So he does have a tendency, like young quarterbacks, to return the football over. We're going to have to confuse him a little bit and get him off his mark to make some bad decisions.
He's got a trio of senior receivers, Zollicoffer, Costello, and Kim, along with some solid backs helping out. You mentioned kind of how balanced they are. How do you kind of force him into those situations? Do you make that offense one-dimensional, or?
You put them in long-loaded situations. Later down, 2nd long, 3rd long is going to be pretty important. They do a great job of moving some of those senior receivers around and getting matchups for them. So we have to match up with some of those guys inside and outside and put our guys in situations to make plays. And then hopefully our linebackers and our defensive line can control that front 5 and limit the run game inside. If we can do that and we can play some coverage on the edge, it should be a pretty good matchup.
Meanwhile, the Lycoming defense, you kind of talked about it. After that opening weekend against Susquehanna, they've been stellar. Their front 7, like you mentioned, they control, they're active, their safeties are sure tacklers, and they find ways to get involved in the run game and in the pass defense. And they got one of the best pass defenses in the conference. What do you think it is that they do best, that is their best attribute as a defense?
They're simple and they execute what they do. They know what they do extremely well. They're never out of position. Their players can react because they're so comfortable within the scheme. And when you can do that, they mix up a little pressure, they mix up man, they mix up zone. They do an excellent job of keeping offenses off balance, and you're going to have to attack them within their scheme. So knowing when and what you're expecting, but then also reacting to that on the field and changing things on the field.
It felt like Stevenson really bottled up the run game, something that had been working up until last week. How important is it going to be to get Jason and Jose and everyone else going on the ground to kind of balance the offense?
It's supposed to be a nasty day, so it's definitely going to be a huge part of it. I think we do need to establish a run, and our front five guys have to control the front. Stevenson's speed gave us a lot of fits. I mean, they're very, very, very fast, and it's probably the fastest defense in the league. This defense is different. I don't know that they have the same amount of team speed across the board, but they're physical and they're violent. So it's a different type of front than we saw last week. They're an even front where Stevenson was primarily an odd front. So they're going to bottle up gaps. They're going to let their linebackers run and let those linebackers make plays. So for us to be able to maintain a run game, we're going to have to cover people up. We're happy with 3 and 4 yard runs. You know, we can get 3 and 4 yard runs. We've got to be able to stay on track and get first downs.
Lycoming put a hurting on Wilkes last year. It was 34-7 in Williamsport. How badly do these kids want to get out there in front of their home crowd and kind of exact some revenge on this little 2-game homestand they have now?
I think for us it's just about taking steps forward positively. You know what I mean? I think that we don't look at a lot of, and I don't look honestly at a ton of last year's film, last year's scores, because we were a much different football team than we were at that point. We have a bunch of different guys playing for us, we have the young guys playing for us. So for us, we're focused on where we're going forward. I do think it's a local rivalry in the fact that Williamsport's not too far away. A lot of our kids will be familiar with a lot of their kids on their team, and it's always going to be a physical matchup. We need to go do and execute what we need to do to continue to step forward in our playoff run.
Wilkes hosting Lycoming, taking on the Warriors. It's the Wilkes Football Pregame Show. Coach Strock, appreciate your time as always.
Thanks so much, Tom.
So thanks to Coach Strock for joining us there on the Wilkes Football Pregame Show here on GoWilkesU.com and the John Mendola Show Network. Always appreciate his time talking about the teams that Wilkes is up against, and both teams have made their ways out to the field. We're going to step away here momentarily. We'll be back with the opening kick between Wilkes and Lycoming here on the John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality tire service and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm. So the national anthem just wrapping up here at Schmidt Stadium. Wilkes playing host to Lycoming. The John Mendola Show Network YouTube live stream. GoWilkesU.com. I'm Tom Ferguson. Thanks for joining us. So Wilkes will receive the ball. Lyco won the toss, defers to the second half. So it will be the Colonels getting the ball to start things off here on a rainy, overcast, and cold Saturday afternoon. Lyco's head coach Mike Clark was a graduate in 1993, 11 years at the helm, now 63 and 45 in his career. Is also the director of athletics, has been since 2012. Spent 8 seasons as the offensive coordinator at Davidson, 2 seasons as an O-line coach at Lycoming as well. Meanwhile, John Drock, the Wilkes counterpart, his first season at the helm of the Colonels, 4-4 so far this year. 11 years he spent as the offensive coordinator and quarterback coach at Hobart. They won 6 Liberty League championships and 7 NCAA appearances. So the Colonels will be receiving left to right as we see it here in this football game. And it will be Jamie Fisher, the junior, ball placed at the 35-yard line to kick things off here. Colonels in baby blue uniforms. They've got the gold numbers with the gold pants, the navy and white trim. Lyco counters in the all-white away uniforms with the blue and gold striping and the blue numbers. Here's a line drive kick that's picked up around the 10-yard line. This is Cadis, returning this out close to the 30-yard line and tackled around the 31. So Cadis able to bring that one out. And that's where Wilkes will take over their first possession here with 14:53 to go first quarter. From their own 31-yard line. This is a Wilkes offense that ranks third in the conference, 408 yards per game, second in the conference in passing at 297. Jose Tabora had a couple touchdown passes and a couple interceptions. Jose on the season, 21 touchdowns and 8 interceptions so far this year. So they go 2 to the top, 1 to the near side, a shotgun with Wiley sidecar left. 4 down linemen in this 4-3 defense from Lycoming. They bring a man in motion. It's Nelson. So now it's trips to the top of the formation. Left to right for Wilkes. First and 10 from 31. 4-man rush. Tabora under duress. Steps away from one defender. Looking downfield. Floats it. Has his man. But it's intercepted. It's picked off on the far sideline. He threw it intended for Yannick. And it was picked off by DJ Boyd. Excuse me. Kachi DeFaro is the one that makes the pick for Lycoming. So just like that, Lyco gets the interception on the far side sideline. So the first play of the game is an interception. And now it's 1st and 10, Lycoming from their own 42-yard line. So we didn't have to wait very long for that. So now Lycoming on offense, 1 to the top, 2 to the near side. They have a wing. Their tight end out of the shotgun for their freshman quarterback, Elijah Shemery, going to hand it off, and on the give is Batkowski's got nowhere to go. Wilkes brings the pressure there as Michael Murphy, the senior linebacker, makes the stop on Batkowski. Loses about 2 yards, and actually a yard to the 41.
Murphy, loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
This is a Lyco offense that has benefited from their defense giving them short fields through most of the season. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. A trio of senior receivers for the freshman Shemery to try to throw to. 2nd and 11, going to hand off Batkowski, running off the right side this time, gets that yardage back and buries his way forward to the 46-yard line. A pickup of 5.
Warner in on the stop.
So it's going to bring up the first 3rd down of the game. And the Wilkes defense trying to hold off here. So it looks like Mo Verhill, the tight end, comes off. And so did Oquendo, the backup tight end. 3rd and 6. So they go, a little confusion for Lycoming. They go 2 by 2. 2 to the top, 2 to the near side. They've got 10 seconds on the play clock. They bring a man in motion. And they send him back to the slot. Back goes Shimori. Looks out to that right side. Throws it in. It's intercepted by Wilkes. They pick it back off as it was Najir Woods who stepped in front of it. So teams trading turnovers and interceptions here. And the Colonels pick it off. That is the 10th interception of the season for Elijah Shimori, the freshman quarterback. And the Colonels get it back with 13:20 to go in your first quarter. So we have barely had, not even 2 minutes are gone, and there's been 2 turnovers. 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line for Wilkes. Shotgun, 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Wing left, handoff to Wiley. Wiley running off the left side, now cuts it back upfield, and he's got to get out to about the 40, so a pickup of 3 for Jason Wiley. Wiley, a freshman from Port Chester, New York, 275 yards rushing this year, 2 touchdowns. Nose of the ball right on the 40-yard line. This is a great Lycoming defense. They are 2nd in the conference, 308 yards per game they've allowed. Limiting on rushing defense and passing defense. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. And they're really good on 3rd downs. 33.9% opponents are getting against them. Shotgun, 2 by 2 for Tabora. Handoff once again to Wiley. Breaks a tackle. Able to get downfield. A couple flags come out as Wiley gets to the 49 to check the flags. Looked like the umpire threw one and the referee threw one behind the play as well. So 2 flags on the play. Came in the area of holding, and that's what it is. So it will be holding, it looks like from the original line of scrimmage. From the line of scrimmage at the 40, so it's a 10-yard loss. So that's the first penalty of the game for the Colonels, and sets up 2nd and 17 now. Ball on the 30. They need the 47. Stieber, isolation near side. Two receivers to the top. Tight right. Tabora out of the shotgun. Wiley sidecar left. Bring him in motion. It's Juan Salas Negron. Back goes Tabora. Looks to his right. Throws it. Has Salas Negron and he drops it and it's intercepted. It was deflected off of Salas Negron and it's picked up and now the ball's loose. Did Wilkes get back on top of it? I think the Colonels got back on top of it. Did the ball come out? And waiting for the officials to make something here. It looked like it was Trey Smith that came up with an interception, and then they're going to give possession to Wilkes. So Tabora throws another interception, but Wilkes gets the ball back on a fumble. And yeah, they're going to say it changed possession, so it will be Wilkes' football on the 33-yard line with a 1st and 10.
And the ball is spotted at the 34-yard line.
12-13 to go here, and we've already had 4 turnovers. So it was a change of possession, so the handoff to Wiley, and nothing doing there as the defensive line for Lycoming, which has been very good this year, pushes forward. No gain on the play for Jason Wiley.
Stop Stankiewicz.
Stankiewicz, Ahmad Curtis on the stop. Matt Stankiewicz, a freshman from Oliphant, PA, played at nearby Mid-Valley. There's a couple kids from District 2 on both of these squads. Kyle Pierce, a sophomore from Berwick. We might see him a little bit on the defensive line for Lycoming as well. Jeff Stieber, he's from Berwick. He's on the near side. He's a senior receiver. 2x2 for Wilkes. 2nd and 10. Shotgun for Jose Tabora. He brings a man in motion, goes trips near side. Looks like it's Nelson, isolation to the top. Play action. Tabora looking for the short pass. Under duress. Runs out to his left. Now Tabora on the run. 1st down across his own 45-yard line and knocked out of bounds in front of his own bench around the 47. They'll give him the 46. And Tabora is able to pick up good yardage there. A pickup of 13.
Ball spotted at the 46-yard line.
So Tabora grabs that. That's the first down of the game for the Colonels. 11:16 to go here, first quarter, no score. So Jose Tabora making something out of nothing there. Jose on the season, 465 yards rushing. Stieber, isolation near side. Looks like they go 1 receiver to the top as well. 2 sidecars for Tabora to the shotgun. They bring Yannick in motion near side. It's going to be a handoff to the left side with Wiley. Wiley hit hard, but he's able to get some yardage near midfield. Far side at the numbers.
Stopped over there by the 42.
So that's about a 4-yard pickup. So good looking run there for Wiley. He's already up to 7 yards on 3 carries. 2nd and 6. Ball at midfield, far side hash. Left to right for Wilkes here. So Nelson's going to go to the top. Stieber and Yannick are going to come near side. It's a shotgun. They've got a sidecar to the right, and they've got a tight left for Wilkes. 4 down linemen for the Warriors. The cornerback's in tight. They're going to bring Nelson in motion. Going to hand it off to him on the end around. Now trying to find some space. Nothing there. Trey Smith throws him backwards. They're going to say Nelson was down as the ball came out late. But they're going to give him forward progress, just a loss of 2 instead of a loss of 4. So they've tried that a couple times with Nelson and with Stieber this year. Haven't had a ton of success, and now the Colonels face a 3rd and 8. First 3rd down of the game for Wilkes. 9:50 to go, first quarter, no score. Now Colonels moving with the football. They go to near side, 1 at the top. Tight left with a shotgun. Sidecar right is Wiley. Now they bring Salas Negron to the top. It's Nelson, isolation near side. Blitz coming off the edge. It's picked up momentarily. Tabora flush. Tabora's going to have to run for it. Flag comes out. I think we're going to get a hold here as Tabora has a 1st down inside the Lyco 40, but this one might be coming back. So we'll see if that is the call. The official threw it. So let's see. He's going to make the call here. Holding called against the Colonels. That's what we thought it was going to be. Now that was from the line of scrimmage, so that'll back Wilkes up. Already the 2nd penalty of the game against the Colonels. And now makes it 3rd and 18. Ball on the 38-yard line. They need the Lyco 44. The 3rd and 18 coming here for Wilkes. So the Colonels have long to go, 9:23 to go, first quarter, no score. It's 28-7 Delaware Valley over Albright, 14-all. Lebanon Valley and FDU as we get to halftime there. No score between Misericordia and Kings or Alvernia and Widener. Stevenson off this week. Shotgun. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side, tight left. And a sidecar left to Tabora. Back he goes. He's going to roll to his left. Now backs up, looks downfield, launches this one to the sideline for Stieber. It's caught. Did he get his feet in bounds? I think he did. Inside the Lyco 40 and at the Lyco 36-yard line. Tabora put it in a spot that only Jeff Stieber could come down with it, and that was the case. Big first down pickup there. That's about a 26-yard pickup. They grabbed the 3rd down, they grabbed the 1st down, and they move into Lycoming territory. A 26-yard pickup there. Stieber on the catch. His 59th reception this year. 830 yards receiving now so far this year. So Ermias is into the game. He's near side. He's got Salas Negron in the slot alongside him. Coach Strock wants to talk things over. Things were taking a little too long for Wilkes. 8:32 to go, first quarter. There is no score. You're listening to Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and GoWilkesU.com.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen, located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
Don't forget, State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokash for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokash State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location, 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokash State Farm. Timeout for Wilkes. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of Lycoming. Left to right, no score. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top, tight right, sidecar right with Tabora in the shotgun. Play action, looks over the middle, a little high, but it's caught, and it's brought inside to the 20-yard line by Bryce Harrison, the tight end. He had to kind of one-hand that with his right hand, bring it into his chest, but he picks up 17 yards. They've been using him a lot. Has Wilkes as of late. Getting a lot of play. So the 17-yard completion is good for another first down. And now the Colonels are into the red zone, left to right. 2 to the near side with Stieber and Yannick. Nelson isolation to the top. It's a shotgun once again, tight left. Tabora, Wiley, sidecar to his right. Awaits the snap now. Barks out some orders here. He's got 5 seconds on the play clock. 3 seconds as he gets the snap. Back he goes. Looks to his right. Rolls to his right. Looking for the corner. Has Stieber behind the defender. And it's caught. And it is a touchdown. A 19-yard touchdown strike from Jose Tabora to Jeff Stieber. So good-looking drive there. Extended by a big 3rd down pickup to 26 yards. And the Colonels are able to get into the end zone on the 19-yard touchdown pass. So a big pickup there. Stieber grabs his 10th touchdown of the season. Cutter off on to kick the extra point. Nelson to hold this one up and through. And the Colonels lead 7-0 on the strength of a 19-yard touchdown pass from Jose Tabora to Jeff Stieber. You're listening to Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and GoWilkesU.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality tire service and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
So welcome back to Schmidt Stadium, the 7-play 67-yard drive that takes 4:30 off the clock, and the Colonels are on top of the Lycoming Warriors in a bizarre game. There's still 7:43 to go here in the first quarter, but we've had 4 turnovers, 2 by each team, And Wilkes with a touchdown pass from Jose Tabora to Jeff Stieber. A 19-yard strike. Already Stieber with 2 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown in this game. So Jose passes for touchdown number 22 on the season. So the Colonels on the kick here. It looks like Cutoff has the ball spotted at the 35-yard line. Left to right, we see him put his right foot to it. It's a squib kick that's picked up by one of the upmen for Lycoming. Looks like it's Mulvihill, the tight end, trying to get it out across the 40. Good field position coming for the Warriors as they get snowed under around the 42-yard line. So that's where Lycoming will take over. Coincidentally, the same spot they started their last drive, right at the 42.
At the 42-yard line.
With 7:35 to go in the first quarter. Wilkes had a 3-game winning streak snapped at Stevenson. Lycoming had a 3-game winning streak earlier this year, but they lost to Kings at home. Also a close loss to a Delaware Valley team they were beating late on the road before coming away with a 52-0 win last week at home against Alvernia. 2 to the near side. It's a shotgun to bring a man in motion. Does Lycoming hand it off, running off that right side. Trying to get to the edge is Brock Zollikoffer, but he's thrown backwards by Wilkes. He's going to get no gain, maybe. I think they tried to string him out. He couldn't find the edge on the end around. And it's no gain for Lycoming.
No gain.
So no gain for Zollikoffer there. They tried to get him on the edge on the end around. Zollikoffer had a great game against Alvernia. 4 receptions, 101 yards, and 2 scores. So they go 2 receivers near side, Costello and Johnson. Shotgun for Shemery. Back he goes. Shemery rolls to his left, looking, now throws it short, and it is incomplete. Intended for Desmond Johnson. Hit him in the hands as he was falling out of bounds. And it brings up a 3rd down. Devin Fink was in there on the coverage for the Colonels. Elijah Shemery is a freshman from nearby to Lycoming, Jersey Shore, Pennsylvania. 10 touchdowns, 10 interceptions this year, coming in with 1,291 yards passing. Kim and Costello are the near side. They go 1 to the top. Actually, they got tight end to the right, so 1 to the top, 2 to the near side. Shemery's going to roll. No, he's going to hand it off on the inside give, but Wilkes was ready for it. Tried to get it to Jacob Fimbus, but he is not going to get much on the carry. Maybe a yard. Actually, you're going to say no gain for him. So the Colonels hold stiff there, and it will force a punt from Connor Bell. So Yannick and Cadis are back to receive inside their own 15-yard line. Wilkes mixing things up along the line. Connor Bell awaits the punt. Or the snap. Gets it. Gets this one away from his own 30-yard line. High. It hits a wall of wind, it looks like, and bounces at the Wilkes 37-yard line before spiraling out of bounds. So with 5:56 to go here first quarter,
Right around the 40.
Colonels get the ball back. They lead 7-0 from their own 37-yard line, it looks like. Actually, they're going to say it bounced backwards all the way to the 40 before going out of bounds. So 5:56 to go here in the first quarter, and Wilkes has a 1st and 10 from their own 40-yard line. 7-0 Misericordia over Kings. 8:18 to go first quarter there. No score between Alvernia and Widener. First quarter just kind of getting underway there. 14-14 at halftime, Lebanon Valley and FDU. 28-7, Delaware Valley over Albright. 7 minutes to go, second quarter. Tabor brings him in. It's Harrison, his tight end, in motion to the left side. Has a sidecar left and is going to hand it off underneath, and getting tripped up. Was that Gonzalez that got the carry? Didn't really find much. Actually, no, sorry, that was Wiley. So maybe move the ball a little past the 40. No gain for Jason Wiley there. So 2nd and 10 for the Colonels. Now Stieber goes to the top. Nelson comes near side. It's Stieber and Yannick to the top. Nelson near side. Actually, they're going to switch it. So now it's Stieber and Nelson, or Stieber and Yannick near side. Nelson isolation to the top. Tight left for Wilkes. 2nd and 10 for Tabora out of the shotgun. It's 5 seconds on the play clock. Going to hand it off to Nelson. Has an end around. Good take as he cuts up the field. Gets out to the 45-yard line before he's taken down. About a 5-yard pickup on the play.
Third down and 5.
So Wilkes trying to keep that edge in mind here. And they've got a 3rd and 5 coming up. They're 1-1 on 3rd downs already. Wilkes, one of the best teams in the conference and in the country on 3rd downs. Coming into tonight, 52%, 8th in the country. And they're great at picking up 1st downs, 7th in the country at 189. Total 1st downs that they picked up. 3rd and 5, 2 to the top, or 2 to the near side, 3 to the top. Now they bring a man in motion. And I think that's Jeremiah Acker that's out there. Back goes Tabora, looking to his left, has to roll, now has to try to get away. He's under duress, and down he goes. The pocket collapses. Sam Romanowski was able to apply the pressure and knock Tabora back to the 33-yard line.
Sam Romanowski.
So a big loss for Tabora there. They're going to actually put the ball at the 32, so a 13-yard loss for Tabora. He started to roll to his left. Romanowski was able to break away from his blocker and then went after him, was able to get to him. So Tajay During stands inside his own 35-yard line, the sophomore. And Wilkes on to punt. Looks like it's Yannick punting this one away. Gets it. It's a high spiraling kick that During can't quite get on top of. Now he does inside his own 30. Rolls to his left, across the 40, and knocked out of bounds right at the 43-yard line.
Jesmer on the stop.
Jesmer on the stop with 3:34 to go here first quarter. A 7-0 lead for Wilkes. Lycoming takes over from their own 43. We've already had 2 turnovers per team. 2 interceptions for Wilkes, an interception and a fumble returning an interception from Lycoming that was picked up by Wilkes. So eventually Wilkes was able to drive down the field after that fumble and turn it into points. 7-0 they lead. Right to left, Lycoming the football, 1st and 10 from their own 43. Zalakoffer comes in motion. They're going to fake the handoff to him. Shemery looks over the middle. Now has a man breaking free, but he throws it too high and incomplete. Fink was in coverage, but he got blown by Costello, but it was overthrown. So he couldn't get it to him.
Incomplete, overthrow.
And that makes it 2nd and 10. This is a Wilkes defense coming in 219 yards per game through the air they allow. That's 8th in the conference. 343 yards per game. They've steadily improved as the season has gone on. That's good for 6th in the conference. They've gotten much better as the season has moved. 2nd and 10. Shemery goes under center for the first time this afternoon. Going to be a handoff to Batkowski. He's not going to get much. Maybe 2 yards out to the 45.
Batkowski on a carry.
Not a ton of sledding space on the inside there for Lycoming. Brings up their third down of the game. 3:11 to go, first quarter. 7-0 Wilkes leads. So Shemery gets the call from the sideline and brings it out. He's got Costello to the near side. Looks like Oquendo, the tight end, is to the left. And they've got 2 receivers to the top with Zalakoffer and I'd imagine Kim. Now they bring Oquendo in motion to the right. 3rd and 8. Back goes Shemery. He's under some duress from the 4-man rush. Rolls out from the right. A hold call is coming against Lycoming. Doesn't matter. They're short of the sticks. Batkowski caught it at the 49 for a 4-yard pickup. We'll check the flag. It should be holding, and we'll see what Wilkes wants to do with it. With 2:39 to go here, first quarter. As Shemery was rolling to his right, that's when the hold occurred as Wilkes was trying to get out there against it. And it will be declined on the 4-yard pickup. That will force 4th down.
Ball spotted at the 49-yard line after the completion, 4th down and 4.
So that was the first completion of the game for Lycoming, but they only get 4 yards. And that's going to bring up 4th and 4. Cadis and Yannick are back to receive at their own 10-yard line. Will be Connor Bell on to kick for the Warriors, the second punt of the day. The first one kind of got caught up in the wind, bounced out of bounds at the Wilkes 40. This one from pretty much the 49-yard line of Lycoming gets this one away. It kind of hits that wall once again. It goes a little further this time, though, as Cadis picks it up around his own 17. Looks like that's where they'll mark it.
15-yard line.
So the Colonels start from their own 16 on their 5th possession already. With 2:14 to go here in the first quarter. That's what happens when your first two possessions are one play each and they're interceptions.
There's some scores from around the back.
For the Colonels, 1st and 10 from their own 16-yard line.
Lebanon Valley 14 apiece between them and FTU.
So it will be a shotgun once again. They're going to go Stever and Salas Negro on near side. Nelson goes to the top. Sidecar left with Tabora and Wiley. Ball on the far side hash, left to right for the Colonels. Play action. Fake the pass out. Now they're going to try to get a screen set up with Wiley. He's got a couple blockers in front of him. It's well scouted by Lycoming, but Wiley turns it into a nice gain as he's able to get out across the 20. Probably should have been down at the 17, but he turns it into a nice gain, out maybe to the 21 or the 22, it looks like.
Colonels will gain about 6, second down and 4.
Yeah, 6-yard pickup on the play with Wiley on the screen pass. That was well designed. They faked one way, then they faked the wide receiver screen to throw the screen pass to Wiley, but the Wilkes blockers couldn't get out in front. So it's Steber and Yannick to the near side, Nelson to the top. Shotgun again. Tabora, Wiley sidecar to his left. Play action on the fake handoff. It's a read. Now he tries to throw it downfield for Nelson, who makes a catch on the sideline. Did he get his feet in bounds? No, the officials are signaling it's incomplete.
Incomplete.
He was right there. Corey Williams was providing the pressure, and Nelson tried to get his feet in bounds. As Tabora tucked and started to run, he saw a one-on-one there and threw it up to Nelson, but Nelson couldn't get his feet in bounds. So now that's an incomplete pass for Tabora, and it brings up 3rd and 5 with 1:19 to go. Colonel's 1 of 2 on 3rd downs. So 3rd and 4 coming. So 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. So shotgun, Wiley moves sidecar left to Tabora, tight right with Harrison. Now they bring him in motion to the left side of the offense. Nelson is the isolated man to the top. Play action. Tabora rolls to his right. Now looking to his right, losing time, and down he goes once again. He almost got away, but down he goes, another sack. Back at the 19-yard line. Romanovsky was the one that eventually finished him off. Looked like Stankiewicz was in there on the stop as well, but Lycoming gets their 2nd sack of the game, a loss of 3. So the defensive pressure, even from just the front 4, really bothering Wilkes, and they're going to have to punt away here. Yannick will be the one to punt. 45 seconds to go. Stands at around his own 2. Zollikoffer waits at his own 45. Here's the kick, direction to the right side. It's a bit of a wobbler. It's going to bounce into Lycoming territory. Zollikoffer will let that roll, and it's going to roll right to the 42-yard line.
Is down at the 42-yard line with 25 seconds.
So another punt.
1st and 10, Warriors.
As our game had started so quickly with turnovers and a Wilkes touchdown, it's kind of devolved into punting back and forth, and Lyco for the 3rd time in 4 possessions starts at their own 42-yard line. So that's where the Warriors will take over. Updates, 7-7 Kings and Misericordia, 4:31 to go first quarter there. 7-0 Widener has the lead over Alvernia, 8:58 to go first quarter there. 28-7 Del Val over Albright, 2 minutes to go second quarter there. And halftime it's 14-14 Lebanon Valley and FDU. 1-by-1, actually that looks like a wing right as well. Under center goes Shimori, play action, back he goes, looking over the middle, now looking to his right. He's under duress, loses the football, but it's picked up. He fumbled it, but it's picked up by the tight end Oquendo, who couldn't hold on to the block. So that was close, but they lose a lot of yardage on the sack. Back inside the 35 to the 33-yard line, a 9-yard loss. So the 9-yard loss, it's another fumble, but it's not a turnover. 2nd and 1 coming up at the end of 1. 7-0 Wilkes on top of Lycoming. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com. State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sirokach for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sirokach State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's in the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So the second quarter about to get underway between Lycoming and Wilkes. It is 7-0. The Colonels lead. Looked like it was Pat Rickey that was able to force a fumble on Elijah Shemery. It was eventually picked up by Okendo. Joe Okendo, the senior tight end, jumped on top of it, but not before a 9-yard loss, I should say. Makes it 2nd and 19. Back on their own 33-yard line for Shemery and company. Two to the near side, one to the top for Elijah. He's out of the shotgun. He waits the snap. He's going to hand it off. Running off that left side is Fimbris. Fimbris trying to find the edge. Wilkes able to string that out. Not allowed too much. Maybe a gain to the 34.
Fimbris on the carry.
And that is going to bring up 3rd and 18.
Along with Bud Moyer.
0 for 3 on third downs is Lycoming in this game.
And about 17.
Negative 3 yards rushing in that first quarter for Lycoming. Just 1 yard of total offense. 3 to the near side. 3rd and 18. Handoff running off the left side once again as Fimbris has a couple blockers this time, but he's not going to get much further than just before the original line to gain. So from the 34, they'll give him a 40, a 7-yard pickup there. So that'll force another punt here. And the Colonels got Yannick and Cadis back to receive from Connor Bell. So waiting on a kick here. Bell able to get this one away. It's a bit of a rolling punt that's going to bounce. It didn't touch anybody from Wilkes. It rolls forward inside the 20. Nice punt from Bell. And that one's going to roll close to out of bounds, far side of the 16. There was a Wilkes blocker trying to block a Lyco player out of the way. And it almost rolled right into his leg. But he got out of the way in time. And Lyco instead gets a great special teams play that pins Wilkes at their own 16-yard line with 13:28 to go here in the first half. So the second straight possession that Wilkes starts from their own 16-yard line. So the yardage kind of broke down as Wilkes at 75 yards of offense. Lyco just 1 combined yard of offense in that first quarter. So 7-0 Wilkes leads. Wilkes with possession here. 1st and 10 from their own 16. Trips near side. Now they bring him in motion. It's Nelson. So Yannick and Stieber near side. Nelson alone at the top. Tight right. Back goes to Bora. Looks downfield. Now throws it over the middle. It's complete, but nothing really working there as they're able to connect there with Jeremiah Acker, the freshman from nearby Moscow.
Caught by Acker.
So Acker brings it out to the 18-yard line or so.
Give me yard, 2nd down and 9.
So Acker grabs that for 2 yards. They've been using it a little bit, at least here this afternoon. So a 2-yard pass there to Acker. Acker stays in the game. His sidecar left to Tabora. Stieber and Yannick to the top. Nelson near side. So Tabora waits. 4 down lineman for the Warriors of Lycoming here. Back goes Tabora. Looks to his right. Steps up in the pocket. Now throws it over the middle. It's complete to Salas Negron. Knocked out of his hands and it's intercepted. He didn't get his hands all the way on top of it and it's picked off as he got hit. That one flies free. Jarrell Payne, the linebacker, comes down with the interception as it bounces out of the hands of Salas Negron. Right at the 35-yard line. That's the second deflected interception for Jose Tabora, the third turnover of the game. So now Lycoming takes over with 12:31 to go on the Wilkes 35-yard line. The best field position they've had all day. Shotgun, 3 to the near side, 1 to the top. Shamori, quick pass to the outside is complete to Costello. Makes one man miss on the sideline, uses his speed to get inside the 25. Knocked out of bounds, and I think they're going to get an extra 15 yards here at the 19-yard line. As he was going out of bounds, a Wilkes player tried to finish off the play. So it's a 16-yard pickup, and we'll check the penalty.
No, it's
What a heck of a catch there. Diving in to get it.
And then there's going to be a penalty tacked on here, I think.
3 interceptions today.
So here's the call from the official. It's a personal foul against the Colonels. So from the 19-yard line, shove it half the distance to the 8. Or maybe they marked it right at the 10, so they move it to the 10. It's a 10-yard penalty against Wilkes. That is their third penalty of the game. So first and goal from the 10, really. So it's going to be a direct snap to Batkowski. Runs up the middle. He's inside the 5, and he is short at about the 3, it looks like.
Not quite in. So now do you give it a Shamori?
Yeah, I think they marked him at the 3, so that's about a 7-yard pickup.
Probably marked just around the 3-yard line.
I thought Batkowski had a touchdown last week.
So Batkowski can't get much further than the 3. Picks up 7, though, makes it 2nd and goal. 11:50 to go here, first half. Lycoming trying to knot things up. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. It's another direct snap this time. It's going to be to Batkowski. He awaits it. Empty gun with him. Gets it, running left, now tries to run back up the middle, can't escape the tacklers though, he stood up near the 2, I would say. They might give him the 1 on forward progress.
Short of the goal line by Wood.
So they're going to move that, I think, to the 1. Ball is on the 1-yard line on the 2-yard pickup from Batkowski, so big third down here, 3rd and goal coming. Lyco 0 for 4 on 3rd downs. This is the closest one they've had, though. 3rd and goal from the 1. 11:13 to go. 7-0 Wilkes leads. They go in tight. Shamori under center. Offset eye with Batkowski. He's got Costello isolation near side. Shamori goes under. Wilkes bringing pressure up the middle. Batkowski in, touchdown. The officials say he's in. Wilkes is going to argue and say he didn't have the ball. And a flag comes out late as arguing for it was Cole Jesmer. We'll see if that's who, we'll see what that call is here, but he was arguing with the head linesman. But it's a touchdown for Batkowski. So it's 7-6.
And let's see what we have here. If there was maybe an unsportsmanlike celebrating.
So unsportsmanlike against the Colonels. Looked like it was Jesmer that was arguing the call, and as he turned away, he pumped a fist or something like that in frustration, and that's when the linesman threw the flag. So Fisher on to kick the extra point for Lycoming. Jamie hasn't missed an extra point when he's gotten them off. That one goes through, and with 10:57 to go here first half, it's 7-all between Wilkes and Lycoming. You're listening to Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and GoWilkesU.com.
Celebrating 9 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
So a 1-yard touchdown for Batkowski makes it 7-all. Now on the personal foul penalty, it will be Lyco kicking from the 50-yard line here against the Colonels. That's already the 4th penalty called against Wilkes in this game. So we'll see if Lycoming wants to try to take advantage of something. Is this an opportunity for an onside kick? I don't know. Jamie Fisher has the ball lined up right at midfield at the 50. So Wilkes getting ready to receive it. I don't have the hands team out there. Lyco approaches the football. Fisher just bombs this one, and it's going to go well out of the end zone for a touchback. So with 10:57 to go here in the first half. The Colonels, 3 turnovers, all 3 happening on interceptions. 2 of them really not Jose's fault. They bounced off the receiver's hands and into the hands of a Lycoming defender. Wilkes starts with their own 25, from their own 25. When the offense is working, it works. They move it down the field, but they can't keep giving it away, especially if they want to have a chance to win this football game. The Colonels, they don't make it easy. So it's Yannick and Stieber. They're going to come near side. Nelson's going to go to the top. It's a shotgun once again. Harrison tight left. Sidecar right to Tabora. Looks like that is Wiley. Play action. Tabora rolls out to the right. Flag comes flying out. It's incomplete. We'll see. Flag came in the area of holding here. That might be the call, as Ahmad Curtis is kind of asking if he was being held. Wilkes has not been really penalized much this year, but this is already their 5th penalty of the game. It's going to mark them backwards. They're going to call holding against the center, Anthony Marson Cabbage. Wilkes loses 10 yards there. The 5th penalty already. 40 yards of penalty yardage called against Wilkes. Makes it 1st and 20.
Yes, you're right.
So the ball back at the 15-yard line. 1st and 20 now. Nelson comes near side. Stieber, Salas Negron, and Yannick all go to the top. So Tabora out of the shotgun. Sidecar to his right is Wiley. Going to be Tabora on it. Keeper running off the right side. Gets all that yardage back and more across his own 30-yard line in the blink of an eye on the option out. The read. I think they're going to give him maybe the 33 or so. No, the 32. So a 17-yard pickup.
2nd down, and
that's the beauty of Jose and what he can do. So he grabs 17 yards and makes it 2nd and short. Means the 35. They're at the 32. So 2nd and 3 coming for the Colonels. Joe Pinska checking back into the game. Gianni Bryant Lopez runs off for Lycoming. They go to near side, one to the top for Wilkes. Harrison, the tight end, moves in motion to the top of the formation. Now the handoff to Wiley, running off the right side, able to get the edge. Has a 1st down. It scampers out of bounds across the Wilkes 35-yard line.
Colonels 1st down.
So a good-looking run there for Wiley as Wilkes grabs the 1st down. They're going to give him about 4 on the carry. So Wiley able to grab 4 yards there. Makes it 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line. Yannick and Stieber come near side. Nelson goes to the top. It's a tight left. Once again, sidecar left with Wiley. Now they bring Harrison in motion to the top of the formation side. So tight right. They run Wiley off the right side. He cuts it back up the field, crosses the 40 before he's taken down to the 42-yard line. So he picks up about 6 on the play. He's been effective. 6 carries for 17 yards. So he's finding some space, and that was something the coach and I talked about in the pregame show. Wilkes needing to kind of get that running game back up and running to balance the offense and keep this Lycoming defense on their toes. Yannick, Salas Negron, and Stieber near side. Nelson alone at the top. Shotgun, sidecar right, again with Wiley. 9 minutes to go, 2nd and 4 here in the 2nd quarter, 7-all. Wilkes moving right to left as we see it. Back goes Tabora, looks to his left, under duress, steps up, and down he goes for the 3rd time. Romanovsky, there he is again. Sam, the senior from Avertown, makes the stop.
Romanovsky in on the stop.
And Tabora sacked back at his own 37-yard line. So a 5-yard loss on the play. And the 3rd sack of the game for Lycoming. They are just bringing that pressure. So Wilkes 1 of 3 on 3rd downs, facing their 4th 3rd down, 3rd and a long 9. 2 by 2. Salas Negron and Stieber near side. Ermias and Yannick go to the top. Now they bring a man in motion. It is Yannick, so it's Ermias in isolation. Back goes Tabora. Blitz from the linebackers up the middle. Now throws it down the sideline. Looking to get it to Stieber. Stieber cannot get that separation, and it is incomplete. In coverage there. Looked like it was DJ Boyd step for step with him. So an incomplete pass, and Wilkes will be forced to punt with 7:57 to go here in the first half. So it looks like Tajay During is back to receive, and it will be Yannick on to punt once again for the Colonels. This will be the third punt of the game for Wilkes. 4th and 9 from their own 37-yard line. Colonel's awaiting. Tajay During stands at his own 22, so they get this one away. It's a bit of a wobbler. Line drive bounces at the 40-yard line away from a Lycoming player and is downed by Wilkes inside the 30 at the Lyco 29, it looks like. No, they're going to mark it right at the 30.
The Warriors first and 10.
So it's a little wet, it's a little cold. It's been kind of tough to get this game going in terms of offense for either squad, but a short field was given to Lycoming. They turned it into points, and now let's see if they can use that momentum. Game's tied 7-all, 7:46 to go here in the first half. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Zollicoffer isolation to the top. It's Kim alongside Costello near side. Shotgun for Shimori, going to play action, walks over the middle, has his man Kim. It's a first down across his own 40 and out to the 45 near the 46-yard line. A quick 16-yard pickup. That is Kim's first catch of the day. And quickly, it's 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line for Lycoming. Kim, 15 receptions now after that pickup. 173 yards receiving this year. Zollicoffer alone near side, Costello alone to the top. So a little bit of an offset eye look. They're going to hand off, no play action. Shimori looking for his tight end, has him open in the flat, inside Wilkes territory, down on the sideline, and knocked out of bounds is Okendo. He'll get to he's close to the sticks. We'll see. They're going to mark him 2-yard shot, so it's an 8-yard pickup to Okendo.
He stepped out a long yard, 2nd and 1.
So the 8-yard pass completion there to Okendo. 2nd and 2 now from the 46-yard line. 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Another offset look. It's actually a direct snap this time. Running off the left side is Fimbers. Fimbers has a first down inside Wilkes territory. So they're using that direct snap pretty well. And he gets to the 38-yard line. And now Mulvihill is holding his left leg, the tight end for Lycoming, and this doesn't look good, so they're going to run out to look at him.
38-yard line.
So he's able to pick up 8 yards as Fimbers on that play, but the attention turns to Mulvihill, the tight end, holding his left leg. Not sure what happened as he's kind of on his back, the training staff running out to look at him. Colonel's defense reeling a little bit here. It's 7-7, 6:40 to go here first half. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. You're listening to Wilkes Football, the John Mendola Show Network, and GoWilkesU.com. State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoch for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoch State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoch State Farm. So Mike Mulvihill, the injured warrior, they're looking at him right now, 7-7, Lycoming and Wilkes. Lycoming into Wilkes territory, left to right. Listen to Wilkes Football. The John Mendola Show Network, GoWilkesU.com. I'm Tom Ferguson. Some scores from around the MAC. 13-7, Misericordia has reclaimed the lead over Kings. 11:56 to go, second quarter there. 14-0 Widener over Alvernia. 1:17 to go, first quarter there. 35-7 Del Val on top of Albright. That game at halftime. And FDU leads winless Lebanon Valley 21-14 midway through the third quarter in that one. So Mulvihill is still down. It looks like his teammates are going to try to help him up. And they're going to help him walk off the field or carry him off the field a little bit, not putting any sort of pressure or weight on his left leg. So they're going to help him off the field. Looks like it's Bradley Beaver, the backup guard, helping bring him off there, along with his teammate Dan Shoup, the freshman offensive lineman from Westchester. So Mulvihill, a little bit of pressure now on his left leg, but he's got his arms draped around his lineman teammates, and he'll be brought to the training table. So now we restart. As Okendo stays out there, he's tight to the left. Now they bring him tight right. Shotgun for Shimori, 1st and 10 from his or from the Wilkes 38-yard line. Going to be an inside give to Fimbris. Fimbris was the sidecar, and he's only going to get 2 yards to the 36.
Timeout presented by UPMC Susquehanna.
So the 2-yard pickup there makes it second and 8.
There was a
For Lycoming, left to right as we see it. 6 minutes to go here in the first half. They've got 3 receivers to the near side. Trips with a tight left. It's another shotgun for Shamori. Fimbris sidecar to his left. Wilkes showing some pressure on the edge. They bring it. Back goes Shamori, trying to step up in the pocket. Now throws it to the sideline. It is incomplete. Intended for his receiver Zollicoffer, who had to come back for it, but he couldn't do it. He couldn't catch it, and he slipped as he tried to. Makes it third down on the incomplete pass. So Lyco has not been great on third downs. Just 1 of 5. Their only conversion was a touchdown run. A 1-yard touchdown run. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side. Costello's in isolation. 3rd and 8 from the Wilkes 36-yard line. Elijah Shamori, play action, throws it out to the left, complete to Zollicoffer, setting up the wide receiver screen, and he has a first down inside Wilkes territory at the 30, knocked out of bounds around the 25-yard line. Good little screen there to set up an 11-yard pickup.
Boy, it looked like it was just going to be a 2 or 3 yard dump off to Zollicoffer.
So Zollicoffer made a few people miss. His first catch of the game.
Ball spotted at the Colonel's 25.
And he gets all the way to the 25-yard line on the 11-yard completion. So they pick up that. So now they go 2 to the near side, 1 to the top. Zollicoffer in isolation. Shotgun, it's going to be a direct snap to Fimbris, who leaps over a defender, trying to get to the 20, and they're going to knock him down at the 21. About a 5-yard pickup, and helmet comes off for Fimbris, so he's going to have to come out.
Wood on the stop. Second down. And less than 6.
So a 5-yard pickup to the 21-yard line. 4:56 to go. 7-all. Lyco moving left to right. Kim and Costello come near side. Zollicoffer to the top. It's another shotgun. Batkowski sidecar to the right. Going to be a handoff to Zollicoffer, trying to get the end around. Wilkes has it sniffed out pretty good. They try to get him to the edge. Zollicoffer is still going. He backed up 5 or 6 yards. And then he's knocked out of bounds right in front of the Lycoming bench. But he loses a ton of yardage from the 21 back to the 27 or so. A 6-yard loss on the play for Zollicoffer. Actually, the 28. So make it a 7-yard loss for Zollicoffer there.
And that is a loss of about 7.
So it turns what was 2nd and 5 into 3rd and about 12 now. For Lycoming, 7-all, 4:15 to go here first half. They go 2 to the top, 2 to the near side, in tight. 2x2 shotgun once again for Shamori. Back he goes, looking over the middle, now looking to the right side, throws it down the side, and it is knocked down, incomplete. Najir Woods able to get up and knock it away. It was intended for Costello. Looked like Wilkes had another player coming in. Now a flag was thrown behind the play on the other side of the field. I'm assuming it came in the area of holding. Yeah, it's going to go against Lycoming. I think Wilkes is going to decline this as it's 3rd and 12. We'll see what Lyco is going to do with it here, though. Holding against the Warriors, it will be declined, and will force 4th and 12.
Holding against the Warriors, the penalty is declined. Fans reminded they're not allowed on the field at any time during or after the game.
So the incomplete pass, 4th and 12, deep in Wilkes territory, and they're going to try Jamie Fisher out here. Now Jamie on the season is 7 for 9, had a long of 44 yards. This one will be longer. It's 45 yards, ball on the near side hash for the right-footed kicker, left to right. 45-yard kick here. Hold down, kick up, and this one is just off to the left, no good. So Fisher goes wide left.
Fisher had the distance on that. He didn't have it quite.
But the leg, it just kind of hooked to the left side, couldn't quite sneak it in between there. So Coach Drock able to force a punt there with the kick with the Wilkes defense. Wilkes defense holds, missed field goal, and that's where Wilkes will take over. Ball on their own 28-yard line. They had a nice drive for a touchdown, 7 plays, 67 yards on their third possession, but they've had a couple interceptions in between and some punts as well. 3:52 to go, first half. Remember, Wilkes will get the ball to start the second half. Shotgun, two to the top, one to the near side. Nelson isolation near side. Tabora's going to roll to his right. He's looking downfield, now throws it towards the sideline. It's high and incomplete. Intended for Yannick. In on the stop there, it looked like for Lycoming. Was the defensive back, or excuse me, was Jarrell Payne the linebacker. He's an athletic linebacker for this team.
Second at it then.
Makes it 2nd and 10 for the Colonels from their own 28-yard line. Looks like Willie Garner running off the field here for Lycoming, one of the defensive tackles. Matt Stankiewicz out there. Ahmad Curtis. And of course, Romanowski on that far side. 4 down lineman for Lycoming. 2 to the top, 1 to the near side for Tabora. Right to left. Did someone move for Wilkes? And the officials are letting the play go. It's going to be a pitch underneath to Harrison on the little tight end screen. Harrison breaking tackles left and right. Has a first down across the 40. Now, it was a broken play, and Coach Clark is asking if Wilkes moved before the ball was snapped, because it looked like they did. But the officials didn't see it that way. It's a 13-yard pickup to the 41-yard line. So a 13-yard completion there to Harrison gives Wilkes a first down out to their own 41-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line. Harrison did a great job just spinning out of tackles left and right. 3 to the top, 1 to the near side. Now Tabora rolls to that side with all 3 receivers looking downfield to the sideline. Salas Negron, but it's high and it's incomplete. It's going to be tough to complete downfield passes in this game, I think. The rain has stopped somewhat from what it looks like, but it's still cold outside. Still a little windy out there, too. The wind looks like it's blowing away from us, right to left. So right to left, but kind of moving towards the far corner away from us. 3:04 to go. 2nd and 10 from the 41 with tie game at 7 apiece. Nelson near side, Yannick and Steeper to the top. Tabora has a sidecar right with Wiley. Looks like he's got Justin Dean, his tight end, in. He's going to move him to the right side of the formation. Pressure coming off the edge from Lycoming. They bring a good job on that pressure. Maybe Wiley got back to the line of scrimmage.
Wiley tackled on the play by...
Coming in there on the blitz was Joe Pinska.
Third down.
The senior safety brought the blitz and pressure, was able to get to Wiley before he could turn upfield. No gain, and it will be 3rd and long. Wilkes, 1 of 4 on 3rd downs this game. Had a big 26-yard completion on 3rd down that helped them turn it into a touchdown drive. But they got 3rd and 10 from their own 41. Trips to the top, 1 near side. Shotgun again for Tabora, 2:24 to go here in the 2nd quarter. 4 down linemen for Lyco, that's all they rush. Tabora looking to his right, running out of time. Now under duress, gets away from one defender, trying to get away, still looking downfield, looking down the sideline, throws it, and it is high and incomplete, intended for Steber. Tabora, running for his life, was able to get away from a few defenders. Steber was there, but he throws it too high and it's incomplete. So Tabora able to get away from 2 defenders. Looked like it was Curtis that had him initially. Got away from that. When Romanowski tried to chase him down, he ran away to the right side, floated down the sideline, couldn't find anybody. So now it will be Yannick to kick. During stands at his own 20. 4th and 10. Yannick gets this one out. It's a spiraling one that bounces off the right side and will roll all the way inside the 20-yard line. Nice looking punt down to the 18. And that's where it is down, and that's where Lycoming will take over. So the Warriors have all 3 timeouts remaining with 1:52 to go. And remember, Wilkes gets the ball to start the 2nd half. So Lyco from their own 18-yard line. Game with missed opportunities on both sides, I'd say. And the Warriors come out. They've got two receivers near side. That's Zollicoffer and Kim in the slot near side. And it looked like it's Costello to the top. Shotgun for Elijah Samori. Okendo comes near side on the right side of the offense. Back goes Shamori looking to his left, throws it on the out pattern. It is complete to Costello. He's backed up. Now, he caught it ahead of the sticks, but he backed up with it. And yeah, they're going to mark him out at the 25-yard line. He caught it at the sticks, but he backed up with it. So they're going to give him progress only to the 25. It's a pickup of 7.
And 3.
So it turns into 2nd and 3, even though when Costello initially...
So it's a 7-yard pickup as opposed to a first down pass. But they go two near side with Costello and Zollicoffer, or excuse me, During. One to the top is Zollicoffer. Now looking over the middle for During, and yeah, flags come flying in. Looked like Wilkes had it well defended, but I think Michael Murphy was on the back of During as he got across the defense there. And it probably will be defensive holding or pass interference against Wilkes. In which case, that will be the 6th penalty against the Colonels. Pass interference called against the Colonels. Looked like it was Murphy that was on the back of During. So it will be... Now, is it a spot foul? Yeah, I guess it's a spot foul. So it's a 9-yard penalty on the spot foul. The 6th against Wilkes. Will be a first down for Lycoming. Back goes Shamori, looking to his right side. He's hit and dragged down for a sack. Dane Tarantelli able to come right up the middle and take him backwards to the 26-yard line. He stepped up into the pocket, had some time, and suddenly he didn't as Tarantelli flew right in his face, knocked him back to the 27-yard line. So he loses about 7 yards or so on the play. That's the 2nd sack of the game for the Colonels. Makes it 2nd down and 17. Ball on the 27-yard line. They need the 44. It is Lycoming. 27 seconds to go here in the first half. 3 to the near side. Shotgun. Handoff. Batkowski just trying to run off that left side. Getting behind his blocker. Gets a good block on the edge. Crosses his own 35. Dives out of bounds with 15 seconds left around his own 39-yard line. So the clock's going to stop. Now they're going to mark him out at the 38. So he's going to pick up 11 yards as Batkowski on that play. We'll see what Coach Clark wants to do here. 3rd down coming. 3rd and 7. Ball. Actually, it's about 3rd and 6. Ball in the 38, they need the 44. 3 to the near side. Should be the last play, I think, with 14 seconds left. Shamori. Hand off. Now it's Batkowski running off the left side. Tarantelli able to run over to that side, drag him down. Woods closes in on it. And Wilkes trying to get a timeout, and they do with 3 seconds left. So that's going to back the ball up to the 35-yard line. A loss of 3 on the play as they try to get Batkowski to the outside. So Wilkes able to get a timeout. I wasn't sure if they wanted to use one or not, but with 3 seconds left, 4th and 9 coming up, we'll see what Wilkes can do there as Lyco's probably going to punt. And can Wilkes make something happen? Coach Strock and company talking it over here on that timeout. So that was the first timeout used by the Colonels. They've got 2 left here in the half. So halftime almost on the way. 3 seconds to go. Looks like it's Yannick and Cadis back to receive for the Colonels. Let's see what Lycoming can do. 20-7. This is recording on top of Kings, by the way. 2:58 to go, 2nd quarter there. So 7-all where we are here at Schmidt Stadium, campus of Wilkes University. Lycoming in Wilkes, week 9. College football here for the Colonels. So Costello is back to punt, or in punt formation here. Now Costello, maybe Lycoming isn't going to punt this one away. They might try to run with this. I don't know. Costello, their athletic wide receiver, is back to receive. Now they put 6 seconds on the clock. There's 6 seconds. It was 3. Now it's 6. Costello, and now Lycoming wants to call timeout. Huh. So they go from 3 seconds to 6 seconds, and Mike Clark put out Costello when he thought it was 3, and now he's talking to the officials on why they waited until then to put an extra 3 seconds on the clock, and he's giving the official an earful out. But Costello was lined up as the punter. So they're talking things over here as we're trying to figure out the end of the half here. 6 seconds to go, 4th and 9 for Lycoming. Wilkes counting on getting the ball back, but they put Costello back there, presumably to run around. But now it looks like Connor Bell is out there, or at least in the huddle with the special teams unit. So we'll see. Yannick stands around his own 36-yard line as Wilkes brings their special teams back out. And it will be Connor Bell out to punt. And Mike Clark pleading his case to the head linesman on the near side. So Bell is out to punt now for Lycoming. 6 seconds to go. Yannick stands, like I said, around his own 36-yard line. 4th and 9 from their own 35 for Lycoming. Bell awaits the snap. And Lyco taking their time. Here's the snap, a little low. Bell able to get this one away. High, spiraling, and it's going to bounce at the 35-yard line and roll out of bounds. And that will be the end of the half. So a punt is the last play of the half. It's 7-all between Wilkes and Lycoming at halftime here. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today. Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today. Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today.
So welcome back to Schmidt Stadium. Here it is halftime, 7-all between Wilkes and Lycoming. It's Wilkes football, the John Mendola Show Network, and GoWilkesU.com. I'm Tom Ferguson. Thanks so much for joining us. 7 apiece between Lycoming and Wilkes, a game that saw 4 turnovers in the first 3 minutes or so, but ended with a lot of punts, a lot of offensive ineptitude, I guess you will. 3 turnovers for Wilkes in this game, all coming via interceptions for Lycoming. They've been able to pick it up. They had an interception they were returning that they fumbled away as they were returning it. Wilkes picked it up and eventually turned that next possession into a touchdown drive to jump out to the 7-0 lead. A 19-yard pass from Jose Tabora to Jeff Stever. Keith Batkowski returned the favor with a 1-yard run, 10 minutes and 57 seconds to go in the second quarter to make it 7-all between these two teams. It's been tough passing for both Elijah Shamori from Lycoming and Jose Tabora, both 6 of 11 and 6 of 14, respectively. Shamora 62 yards, Tabora 82 yards and a touchdown, but he does have 3 interceptions. He's been sacked a few times. Elijah Shamori has been sacked twice in this game as well. Steber 2 catches for 45 yards and a touchdown for Wilkes. Costello 2 catches for 23 yards for Lycoming. Harrison has 2 catches for 30 yards for Wilkes in this game. Jose Tabora rushing for 22 yards so far in the game. Jason Wiley 7 carries for 17 yards as well for the Colonels. Badkowski, the high man for Lycoming, 8 carries for 23 yards and a touchdown. Fimbris has been effective when he's been in the game, 6 carries for 21 yards for the Warriors in this one. Concha-Differo, 3 solo tackles. He's got 4 tackles in the game. He's played well for this team. 2.5 sacks, 2.5 tackles for loss for Sam Romanovsky in this game. So 3.5 total tackles for him. Trey Smith with 3 tackles as well for Lycoming. Michael Murphy leading Wilkes right now with 3 tackles. He's got a tackle for loss. Pat Rickey, a tackle for half a tackle, or 1.5 tackles for loss and a sack. Woods, Najee Woods, and Lucas Wood both have 3 tackles for Wilkes in this game. 6-6, it's pretty even on first downs. Wilkes outgaining Lyco slightly, 111 yards of total offense to just 83, but Wilkes is 1 of 5 on third downs, Lyco just 2 of 8 on third downs. Neither team really able to move the ball much. Again, there was rain in the forecast. It's supposed to be super windy, super rainy. The wind is still here. The rain has kind of dissipated for now, but it's still wet. It's still cold outside, and I think both teams are trying to adjust to that. This is really the first time this season that we've had what you would call football weather out there, and both teams are trying to make that adjustment as we get later into the season. Lyco 4-3 on the season, 3-2 overall in the MAC, or 4-3 overall, 3-2 in the MAC. Meanwhile, it's Wilkes 4-4 overall, 3-3 in the MAC, coming off a loss to Stevenson. A couple scores from around the MAC right now. Lebanon Valley in search of their first win. They lead FDU 23-21. About 12 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. That one, winless Albright not going to find it on the road against Delaware Valley. 42-14, they trail the Aggies. 8:02 to go in the third quarter of that one. Misericordia, the upstarts in the MAC, 20-10 over Kings up in Wilkes-Barre. That game about to go to halftime had an interception return for touchdown. Kings just got a field goal to cut it to 20-10, but Misericordia on top of Kings there. 21-0, Widener on top of Alvernia, 7:11 to go second quarter there. Stevenson is on the bye this week, so they're getting a little bit of a break from the college football action. It's a weird weekend for football here in NEPA. The final weekend of football for Coughlin High School, one of the three main high schools in Wilkes-Barre, this afternoon at 3:30 down at Wilkes-Barre Area Memorial Stadium. The matchup between Myers and GAR, traditional rivals in the Wilkes-Barre City football schools, playing each other one final time. Both teams will be into their respective actually, they're in the same classification. Both teams trying to get into their district playoffs there with a possible victory for GAR. But the final time they're playing together, going to be combining as a sports team, combining as an athletics program with themselves and with Coughlin at Wilkes to become Wilkes-Barre Area, the Wilkes-Barre Area Wolfpack. So it's a weird weekend here for high school, for football in general in Wilkes-Barre, with that rivalry ending. Week 10 of the high school football season just finishing, so playoffs on the way here. And of course, we're into week 9 of college football in Division 3. Wilkes actually gets a bye before they're home against Kings in 2 weeks for the Mayor's Cup game. So they actually get an extra week to prepare for the Monarchs for that matchup. It's also been a big weekend for Wilkes athletics in general. Wilkes women's ice hockey made their debut last night and looked pretty good against Kings, losing 3-1, a game that they trailed 2-1, but they held their own a little bit there. A little short-staffed, but the Wilkes women's ice hockey team looked pretty good. The men's ice hockey team made their debut, losing 6-4, but they had been picked as a surprising second to last team in the conference, and I think they have a lot of positive momentum. So it's a new era, if you will, for athletics here at Wilkes University, with those two teams kind of getting into action. We talked to Coach Tara Machako a couple of weeks ago, getting ready for the Wilkes women's basketball season. Of course, she's in her first season at the helm at Wilkes after taking a couple of years at Marywood. Coach Izzy Metz and company getting ready for the men's basketball team. They were picked to finish, I believe, 3rd in the conference for the MAC for this upcoming season. Misericordia defending champions, of course, picked to repeat there as well. So I can't believe we're already starting to talk about college basketball and start to talk about those winter sports, but that's the area that we're in right now here as we get towards the end of October. We'll take a break. We'll be back with more. It's halftime, 7-7 between Lycoming and Wilkes. You're listening to Wilkes Football on the John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com.
Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's, where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today. Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for young drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's where you can Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
State Farm offers discounts to young drivers for good grades and a positive driving record. Call Frank Sorokoc for more information about these discounts and other ways to reduce the insurance costs for your drivers. Like a good neighbor, Frank Sorokoc State Farm's office is there. Check out their new location at 186 East Tioga Street in Tunkhannock. Call 570-836-4000 for Frank Sorokoc State Farm.
Are you craving that homemade taste? Head over to our Carol and Janelle's and the new Takeaway Kitchen located on Main Street in Old Forge for over 50 years. When family and friends are looking to get away to dinner, head to the new Takeaway Kitchen at our Carol and Janelle's. As authentic as it gets. Eat in or pick up. Mouth-watering red and white pizza. Delicious pasta dishes. Scrumptious desserts. When family and friends come in, the best in your hospitality comes out. Head to Old Forge and visit our Carol and Janelle's where you can eat in or pick up at the new Takeaway Kitchen today. Celebrating 90 years, McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers has been there for generations of families for the highest quality in tire, service, and scheduled maintenance. With over 50 locations along the East Coast, our family is growing with yours. We are one of the top independent retailer dealers in the United States. You can visit us at any of our service centers in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, Kingston, Hazleton, and Williamsport. Service your vehicle with a family you can trust. Make your family a part of the next generation of McCarthy Tire. Visit us on the web at mccarthytire.com.
So welcome back to Schmidt Stadium. Still halftime here between Wilkes and Lycoming. It's 7 apiece. The John Mendola Show Network and GoWilkesU.com. I'm Tom Ferguson. Some of the other teams in action here for Wilkes this afternoon. Women's volleyball lost to Marywood earlier this morning, 3-0, 3 sets to nothing. But they are playing right now against Rutgers Camden. That match had just started around 2 o'clock. Swimming in action at Immaculata University. That one just getting underway around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Men's soccer in action tonight, 5 o'clock at FDU Florham. And also men's ice hockey at SUNY Canton. They're back in action 7 o'clock tonight as well. In that matchup, they lost 6-4 last night to SUNY Canton. Again, women's ice hockey was at Kings last night, lost 3-1 in their first matchup ever. They are home against Oswego State tomorrow. That's the only athletic team in action for Wilkes University. You can actually hear that game here on the John Mendola Show Network and on GoWilkesU.com. I'll have the call for that one. Looking forward to that. The first home matchup for the women's ice hockey team home against Oswego State tomorrow at 3:30. Field hockey in action at DeSales University, the MAC Freedom Finals. That one coming up on Halloween, 5 o'clock. And women's soccer taking on DeSales as well in the Freedom Conference semifinals. That one at 7 o'clock on Halloween. Those two teams making the postseason tournament. It's 7-all. here at Schmidt Stadium, the Ralston Athletic Complex between Wilkes and Lycoming. I think the big thing for both these teams is adjusting to the weather, adjusting to the cold, and trying to get that edge, trying to find what happens. Wilkes, I mean, what has plagued them the last 2 games has obviously been the turnovers. 6 turnovers against Stevenson, now 3 already in this game against Lycoming. You got to hang on to the football. You got to protect the football and give yourself an opportunity, a chance to try to win this game, because when Wilkes can hang on to the football and move it, they're good. They can move the ball up and down the field on this Lyco team, but they got to be smarter with it. Lycoming, meanwhile, they're starting to get the winning game going a little bit. Both teams have to do better in protecting their quarterbacks. I think a lot of credit does have to go to the defenses, though. Both defenses very active, very athletic, getting to the quarterback, getting pressure in the backfield, forcing some errant throws, and just doing what they can to try to preserve what's happening right now, which is 7-all. Let's get another update from what's going on in the MAC right now. Lebanon Valley winless on the season, but they lead FDU midway through the 4th quarter, 23-21. FDU is driving, though. 2nd and 8. They have it on the Lebanon Valley 15-yard line, so it's going to be, they have it on 2nd and 8 right now. Lebanon Valley 15-yard line. Lebanon Valley leads 23-21 at FDU. 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter there. 4th quarter about to start down in Doylestown, 42-14. Delaware Valley on top of Albright, so Albright can't get their first win on the road against the Aggies, which, not that surprising. Aggies are pretty good. Up a little further up the road in Wilkes-Barre itself, 20-10 right now. Misericordia on top of Kings. So the Cougars, undefeated in conference, the Cinderella story, the surprise, whatever you want to call them, they have the lead on the road at Kings, 20-10 at the break. Misericordia, despite being outgained on the ground, 186-87, and only passing for 60 yards so far, they're finding ways to score and get on top of the Monarchs. Meanwhile, down in Chester, it's 24-0 Widener on top of Alvernia. Alvernia only rushing for 20 yards, haven't been able to pass it. That team has regressed from the start of the season, just hasn't been able to kind of keep that momentum up as the season's gone along. Widener's been so up and down all this year at 3-4 overall, but they have a lead 24-0 over Alvernia at recess down there in Chester. Meanwhile, both teams making their way out onto the field to hopefully get the second half started and underway soon. It's cold out there, windy. I don't think they want to be out there much more than the fans want to much longer anyway. And we're just about ready to get the second half started. Now remember, Wilkes does get the ball to start the second half here. So the Colonels will get the football to start things off. Again, they're in their sky blue uniforms with the gold numbers, the navy trim. They've got the gold pants with the navy and white piping, and of course Wilkes in their yellow helmets, their gold helmets with the Wilkes waving flag logo on the front. Meanwhile, on the sides, Lycoming meanwhile counters in the away white uniforms. They've got the blue numbers with the trim. They've got the yellow and or the blue and gold piping along the sides, and of course the white helmets with the gold L outlined in navy for them. Or excuse me, I had it flipped. Lycoming actually gets the ball to start the half here. It was Lycoming that won and deferred, so it will be Wilkes kicking away to Lycoming. So that kind of switches things. I don't know why I had that backed up, but now it will be the Warriors starting with the football, which is a little. We'll see what the Wilkes defense can do. We'll see what adjustments the Lycoming Warriors have made offensively here. So Cutoff's got the ball on the 35-yard line. Tajay During back to receive. He stands around his own 5. Cutoff approaches the ball, puts his foot to it left to right. We're underway here in the second half. Picked up by Bykowski around his own 20-yard line, head full of steam, crosses his own 35 before he's knocked down around the 37-yard line. So not a ton of space there, but he gets a decent field spot for the Warriors, and they take over from their own 37, their first possession of the second half here with 14:55 to go here in the third quarter. So Shemori was 6 of 11 for 62 yards. You got 2 receivers near side. And that's nice to see. Mulvihill is back out there. Remember, he got hurt somewhere late in the first quarter, but he's back out there now for the Warriors, so good to see him out there, the tight end. Meanwhile, a pass to the far side to Costello is knocked down by Najee Woods. And Colonel's knocking free, it's incomplete, and Woods wanted to tell Costello about it before, I think it was Christensen backs coach backed him away quickly. Makes it 2nd and 10. So that pass intended for Costello, now 37 for Lycoming. Costello will go to the top. Woods will have him on assignment. Meanwhile, one receiver to the near side. They have a tight end. They have him tight to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. Fimbus nowhere to go. Getting into the backfield and making a stop there for Wilkes. A 3-yard loss, it looks like, back to the 35-yard line. I think knifing his way through there was Michael Murphy, the linebacker. 2-yard loss. Wilkes coach is next to me and the roof next to me. We're fired up on that one, so now it's 3rd and 12. 3rd and 12 for Lycoming. They go 3 receivers near side, 1 to the top. Shotgun, empty gun for Shamori actually, so he's got 2 receivers to the top. 5 wide. 14-10, Shamori, back he goes, 3rd and 12, steps up, only a 3-man rush from Wilkes. They throw it short to Kim. Kim is going to find his way across his own 40, but he's not going to get much further than the 44-yard line. He's about 3 yards shy of the first down marker. So a 7-yard pickup, but he's not going to get there. So that's going to bring up 4th down, 4th and about 4, and on to kick once again is Bell. So Connor Bell out there to punt. He stands at his own 30. 4th and 4 coming here. Actually, more like 3 for the Warriors. Cadis and Yannick stand back, ready to receive. Here's the ball, high. A little bit of a spiral, it bounces inside the 20 and rolls perfectly, well placed by Lycoming. Special teams, one of the things they do so well as the ball dies right at the 8-yard line. Or the 9, excuse me, that's where Wilkes will take over. So Lyco goes 3 and out, but they punt and pin Wilkes deep inside their own 10. With 13:11 to go here in the 3rd quarter. So down to the 9. Worst field position of the day for Wilkes, and they start tied at 7 with Lycoming. By 2, shotgun to Bora, sidecar to the right is Wiley. 4-down lineman for Lycoming, 1st and 10 from his own 9-yard line. Tabora sees pressure up the middle from Lycoming, hasn't snapped it yet. Now he gets it. Handoff on the inside, give to Wiley, and Wiley just trying to run off the edge. He's got nothing. Tried to go in the middle, didn't have it, tried to bounce it back to the outside, and Lyco was waiting for him. No gain on the play.
Romanovsky on the stop.
Romanovsky in on the stop. Among the Warriors, just not a ton of space there. Makes it 2nd and 10. So Wiley comes out.